And additionally, I feel like I have to say this because I know black people get caught up in like, oh, she's a hater. She's an Uncle Tom. Look, I got the book right here. Look, I still ain't read it, but I'm finna read it because I bought this to figure out who this character really is because I don't believe it. But anyway, he's an Uncle Tom. She's an Uncle Tom. She's a black conservative. She's a whatever. I'm not none of them shits. I understand shit, okay? And I understand that when somebody doesn't do right in this world, they have to have consequences and repercussions so that they understand the right way to behave. Y'all will see people go to jail, and the black community is so used to the no snitching and people being falsely accused. Everybody in jail is not falsely accused. Just like every black person is not a saint. And I know that black people want to spin that narrative. But see, when you have people like me, and this is why I say it's very important. It's super important. And I'm about to venture off for a second, but I'm about to come back. It's super important to realize the positions of people in any community like myself who ride the fence, who black people don't want to claim sometimes because of my ancestry, but also you claim me sometimes. I ride the fence. Another example of that is like my children. My children can help change the future because black people have to be called out for this ancestry fucking argument that they're doing, because what are you going to call my children? You're going to have to face that in the future when there's mutts everywhere. Mixed people are supposed to, instead of mixed people doing what they're supposed to do, they're out here using their privilege that black people give them, because black people are self-hating when it comes to their skin color. So you put light-skinned people on a pedestal only to tell them, like you tell them they're so pretty and, you know, with the good hair and the green eyes, and then you get mad at them when they say that to try to make you feel like you're beneath them. But why would you even say that they have good hair and all this stuff if you don't think that they're above you? Do you understand how sick that is? And miss me with that derived from slavery. I know where the fuck it came from. I'm trying to figure out why you're still calling light-skinned kids with green eyes beautiful and not little dark-skinned girls. And then when I was about to call them something. When the women get on the platform and say, I'm like, dark-skinned women are jealous of me. They treat me bad because of my eyes and my green and my hair texture. Like, pretty privilege is real. When they do that, y'all get so upset, but yet you're steady calling black men's children with white women gorgeous and beautiful. This is what I'm saying. You're a delusional fucking community. You don't tell the truth. So I'm going to continue to tell the truth. But I'm going to continue saying that I am black and I am white to bring the two sides together, because it's a very hard thing to do when you have white people saying, bitch, don't claim us. You're black. And black people going, come on over here, you're black. You got one drop of black, you're black. No, they're mixed. And people who don't understand the importance of that is just not using their critical thinking skills. They have to say that they're both, and that is what's going to help. I'm not saying solve, but it is going to help the divisiveness and the understanding that white is wrong and black is right. You know what telling the truth is also going to help? It's going to help white people who don't subscribe to kissing black people's ass all the time. I'm not saying these people hate black people, because they don't. They just don't feel the need to constantly talk about how white people are doing black people wrong. Do you understand? I see so many pieces, and this is white privilege and white this and white that, and we're wrong for this, and we're white and we're white. Black people have successfully gotten y'all to understand your position in society and understanding what your privilege is and how to use it and how you use it to your advantage, which is very important. But a lot of the times, these people are making content to kiss your ass to get invited to the cookout. So they use white as a blanket statement, which is what black people do, that I've always been fucking sick of. All white people are not using their privilege for evil. All white people are not against you. All white people don't have power. They might have a little privilege, but all white people are not out here plotting against you. And I'm not advocating for them. I'm just telling you the truth. You sit there, white people this and white people that, and white people this, and then you have other white people making videos about how white people do this. It's white people catching strays. The same way I catch strays in the black community, because everything is black, 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 black. Again, we need to judge people by their characters and not by the color of their skin. But because the world is like this and everything is black or white, I think that it is important to dismantle that by telling the truth. And if you tell the truth and people get caught up in the truth, and everybody can see what the truth is, maybe your behavior will change when everyone is judged not by the blanket statement of white or black, but their first and last name. They're judged by, you know, the shit that they're doing, not the group that they're a part of. Because you will sit there and say, this is what black people do. Even if it's a joke, black people do this, black people do. I don't do it. I'm autistic and I'm awkward. And there's a lot of shit I don't do that black people do. There's a lot of shit that black people do that I don't understand. And I've always been grouped into it. Even the racial profiling, when it comes to black people stealing shit, white people have racially profiled me because of my skin color, because they think I'm going to steal. All of the things happening in real life and all of the beauty supply stores with our pictures up saying that we stole is just a lie and it's not real. Like, they're just making it up, and there's no black on black crime. Black people are saints, and every single last person in jail, you know, is being framed. And no. In order to get better, we have to be corrected. I'm not saying take the stamps away. Like, I didn't advocate for the stamps to be taken away, but I'm just referring to the last video that I made that I'm commenting. I wouldn't advocate for stamps to be taken away because I get food stamps. I would love to keep my food stamps. I would love to keep my food stamps. I would love it because I need them. But unfortunately, there's a lot of people in the community, and we're seeing it live, and y'all are going to pretend like y'all don't see it. Y'all are going to laugh at the videos and be like, yeah, everybody, I see people being like, funny and being like, y'all gonna give me my food stamps, or I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. But there's a lot of people genuinely feeling entitled to these food stamps, and the behavior needs to be exposed, because it's not the food stamps. If it's not the food stamps, it's gonna be something else. It's the behavior that needs to be exposed. It's the behavior that needs to be corrected. Need to be taken away as a consequence so that you can do better. And I told you in another video that when they were taken away from me, my life changed for the better. I ended up losing weight. I ended up learning how to budget better with my money. Stop feeling like a victim and being dependent on something that I really didn't need, because I'm still here. I'm not skin and bones. I'm still thick. I'm still fat, and I didn't have food stamps for like 3 years. You need to know how to behave properly. Everybody coming online who's crying about their food stamps is not going to not eat. Okay, there's some people that this is affecting, and unfortunately they are, we can't advocate for everybody. That's not how, like, if you were a leader, we know that a leader cannot please everyone. You're not going to please everyone, but you have to focus on trying to help the majority of people, right? And if the majority of people who are food stamp recipients are, how am I trying to say, rude and ungrateful, and they're all online talking about they're going to steal food, and y'all heard of the black fatigue, and we all know I'm at McDonald's right now. I'm just sitting here parked for about 30 minutes taking a break, but I'm here. Nobody wants to come here because it's black fatigue in there. So to pretend that all of these things that people are talking about is not true is going against your growth. And that is the point. It's going against your growth. You're fighting to be rotten. And I'm not going to stop saying it. You're fighting to be rotten. You're fighting for you to be able to lie on people and pull the race card on people when it's not relevant. I want to comment and say this, because I know somebody's going to comment and say, well, everybody, the majority of people who get food stamps is actually white. Well, they behave like y'all do too. I live around them. Yeah, I know. When they have proximity to blackness, they behave badly too. So, like I said, it's not about skin color. It's about behavior. Unfortunately, the black community is known for a specific behavior. And the behavior attributes to the way that you think. So, yeah, maybe because they be poor, they might steal too. I don't know. I'm just saying. You understand? You can comment whatever the fuck you want to comment. I'm not taking my shit back. I'm not taking it back. It is not okay to pull the race card all the time when it's not relevant. Because it is relevant in a lot of ways, and you guys are making a mockery out of it. You need to learn how to act. If I had white skin, you would tell me I need to stop talking. I don't need to talk because it's not my place. I am black, but I can't talk because my ancestry ain't this, my ancestry ain't that. So who's going to correct you? When are you going to let people correct you? And I'm only elaborating because I know some idiot is going to comment underneath it and say, "Girl, you still hating, you Uncle Tom," or whatever. Finish watching. Because if you have an individual here with both, what can you say then? The divisiveness has to stop, right? So somebody like me does have to call you out. Somebody like me who can't claim you, right? Who don't have the right to speak. The reason I keep talking about this is because that's the most nonsensical thing I've ever fucking heard. And I didn't hear it until I was 37 fucking years old. I think I understood it. That's how people were treating me. But I was finally told it here on TikTok to my face that I can't talk because of my ancestry. When you motherfuckers don't even believe in your ancestry, you believe in white Jesus. In order for somebody to do better, they have to have consequences and repercussions. Understand? So when you're speeding down the street and the police stop you, I'm not talking about race, I'm not talking about being falsely accused, I'm not talking about none of that shit right now. I'm talking about just what it is, what the laws are made for. When you're speeding, you get a ticket so that you can be aware of the speeding in the future, because you're not going to want to pay that fine, right? Nothing else included. We're not talking about the amount of the fine, because I want to argue that too. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, you're charging the people too much. It's already expensive out here, but that's neither here nor there. But that is what you have consequences for. Black people are so caught up in, everybody black in jail is being falsely accused. White people are putting them there and they're rotting. You have somebody, I'm just going to use R. Kelly for an example, going to jail, but because he made good music, like, we don't care. I don't care when nobody say he's the best. And you guys are not a morally just community. You're just not. You do whatever the fuck you want to, because you're writing, and I said that. And you guys get mad when I say things like this, but it's the truth. And here's the thing. I don't have no problem saying it, because I don't have no problem with motherfuckers disliking me. I don't have no problem with motherfuckers disliking me. Not even a little bit.